Hey everyone, and welcome back to Codeman. Today, we're diving into a trouble code that can be a real head-scratch. P0641, which stands for sensor reference voltage circuit open. This code points to a problem with the 5-volt reference circuit that powers many of the sensors in your engine. When this circuit fails, it can cause all sorts of weird issues, from a no start condition to multiple sensor codes popping up all at once. So, if you've pulled this code, stick around, because we're going to break down what it means, what causes it, and most importantly, how to fix Italiano. First things first, what is this reference voltage circuit? Your car's brain, the powertrain control module or PCM, sends out a precise 5-volt signal to various sensors. Think of it like a power supply line. Sensors like the throttle position sensor, map sensor, fuel tank pressure sensor, and even the AC pressure sensor rely on this stable voltage to work correctly. They use this 5-volt reference, modify it based on what they're measuring, and send a signal back to the PCM. The A circuit simply means it's one of several possible reference circuits in the vehicle. The PCM constantly monitors this circuit, and if it detects that the voltage is missing or incorrect, essentially an open circuit, it triggers the P0641 code and turns on your check engine light. So, what are the common culprits behind this code? The most frequent cause is a faulty sensor that is shorted internally. When a sensor shorts out, it can pull the entire 5-volt reference circuit down to ground, making it look like an open circuit to the PCM. It's like a bad apple spoiling the whole bunch. Another major cause is wiring damage. Wires can get frayed, corroded, or broken due to heat, vibration, or physical damage. A short to ground in the wiring harness itself will also cause this code. Less common, but still possible, is a problem with the PCM itself. While it's tempting to blame the computer first, PCM failure is actually quite rare, so we should always rule out everything else before condemning it. Alright, let's get our hands dirty and talk diagnostics. The first tool you'll need is a Codeman. Set it to DC volts. Your goal is to find what's causing the 5-volt reference to disappear. A great strategy is to start unplugging sensors one by one. Find a wiring diagram for your specific vehicle. This is crucial. It will show you all the sensors that are on the A circuit. Start your diagnosis at an easily accessible sensor on that circuit, with the key in the on position. Unplug the sensor and check the reference voltage pin on the connector. You should see a steady 5 volts. If you don't, the problem is likely upstream, closer to the PCM. If you unplug a sensor and suddenly your 5 volts comes back, you've found your culprit. That sensor has an internal short and needs to be replaced. But what if you unplug all the sensors on the circuit and you still do have 5 volts? This points to a wiring issue between the sensors and the PCM, or a faulty PCM. Now you'll need to perform a continuity test on the reference wire itself. Check for a short to ground by testing for continuity between the reference wire and a good chassis ground. If you have continuity, you have a short somewhere in that harness. At this point, you'll need to visually inspect the harness for any signs of damage. Pay close attention to areas where the harness might rub against the engine or chassis. If the wiring checks out and you still have no reference voltage, it's time to consider the PCM as the potential problem. To sum it up, P0641 means your 5-volt reference circuit is down. Start by identifying all sensors on that circuit using a wiring diagram. Then, systematically unplug each sensor while monitoring the voltage. If the voltage returns after unplugging one, that sensor is bad. If not, inspect the wiring harness for shorts to ground. Only after exhausting all sensor and wiring possibilities should you suspect a faulty PCM. It takes a methodical approach, but you can definitely track this one down. Thanks for watching. I hope this guide helps you tackle the P0641 code with confidence. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to CodeMechanic for more DIY repair guides. Drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.